Well, ice is beginning to form on some metal surfaces across our viewing area. This video is taken by News 19 meteorologist Alex Calamia about an hour or so ago. Images like this expected to be commonplace as we move through your Friday evening. And thanks for being with us now. Darcy has the night off. At this hour, freezing rain being reported across our viewing area, but we're expecting this to turn into some snow later tonight. We're going to bring in our chief meteorologist, Efren Afonte. He's been tracking the latest for days now, and it is finally here. The system's here. Right, Chief, thank you. We do have crews out and about in what could be some of the hardest hit areas of the Midlands now. Our crews are spread out all over the Midlands. We're going to begin this evening, though, with Kaylin Hagwood, who is in Sumter. Kaylin, this is another winter blast in less than a week now.
Absolutely, JR, and the team here said that they are ready for a second go round at it. The chief mentioned that freezing rain, already starting to see it here in Sumter as that rain drips down here. I'm going to have Chris point up here, and you can actually see some of the signs starting to see that icy rain on those signs. I want you to hear a little bit more about what the teams have been doing across Sumter County to make sure you stay safe throughout the storm. It's all hands on deck in Sumter as winter weather comes through.
Round two, this is the second week that we've had to do this on the weekend. We're definitely getting down into some very low temperatures that usually this area is not equipped for or anything. And I imagine that we're going to be very busy answering phones and trying to help people.
Public Works salting roads in preparation.
We're hoping for the best, but we're prepared for the worst. We do think there will be some ice, and that will determine basically how we will react to situations. Trees down, we will definitely be out cutting trees, removing trees out of roads, salting roads, and just whatever the situation is, we'll react to at that time.
And the local winter warming shelter now operating 24 hours today and tomorrow to keep those in need safe.
Just get the word out, let people know, because we're providing a service that is definitely needed, because I'd much rather have them here than freezing on park benches. So if you see anybody, even if you don't know them, stop, tell them 215 Magnolia Street is where they can come in this weather to make sure that they're able to be warm and fed during this time.
Well, businesses downtown have already closed ahead of the storm, and it's a good message. It's one that law enforcement is sharing. If you're at home, they want you to kind of shut down too. Just stay at home. Do not come out in this mess while they work to keep you safe here in Sumter and elsewhere in our Midlands counties. Reporting live in Sumter, Kaylin Hagwood, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Kaylin, thank you so much. Our team coverage is going to continue now as Kershaw County also expected to see some of this frozen precipitation tonight. Walker Lawson is in historic downtown Camden tonight with an update from there. Walker?
Hey JR, so it's actually really funny. Earlier last hour we were wondering if it was just raining or freezing rain, and if you take a look at our umbrella that we were using during our last live shot, you can see that all of it has frozen over into ice. So we are starting to see that freezing rain on surfaces, but the roads behind me have not frozen over yet, and one local barber who's still open says he's not worried about the roads freezing over quite yet.
I feel good about it. I mean, it's not that bad yet anyway, but 7 o'clock it shouldn't be that bad. So we're here to serve the community, so that's what we're here for.
And as we mentioned, you can see the roads behind me here. They're just puddling up as of right now, but as the night goes on, we are expecting that to freeze over. In Camden, I'm Walker Lawson, News 19, WLTX.
Thank you so much. Fairfield County also monitoring the situation tonight. It was one of the hardest hit areas last week. Tai Wong is there this evening, and what's the game plan there to deal with all of this winter precipitation tonight, Tai?
We are experiencing some freezing rain here in Fairfield County. Now, as you can see behind me, you're going to see a car kind of pass by. They got to slow down because the road right now is looking shiny. Luckily, it is from the rain that we saw earlier at 5 o'clock. But, you know, as temperatures drop, it is going to freeze overnight. Now, on the topic of freezing, the ice storm that we saw last weekend, it left thousands without power and without water here in Fairfield County. Now, I spoke with county officials, and they tell me that they are now ready more than ever for whatever the weather throws at them tonight.
As bad as last weekend was, it did point out some of the deficiencies we have in our systems.
Winsboro Town Manager Jason Taylor says they have improved utilities this week to reduce the chances of any power outages this weekend.
Most of that was equipment failures, and we tried to address those equipment failures by bringing in mechanics to make sure that pumps and generators were ready when we needed them.
Taylor explains they hope the storm stays more south, but crews are prepared for any issues.
We have met with all the staff, especially our utility directors, to make sure that they have the equipment, they have the manpower available to deal with any outages that we may have, any down lines, any trees.
Brad Douglas is the Fairfield County Emergency Management Director. He says the county is at an advantage this time.
Just having recently gone through an ice storm here is that we've already had our response posture set, and we've continued that through this week.
Douglas adds they have also been treating the roads all week to prevent icy roads.
Yes, we work very closely with the South Carolina Department of Transportation, our county partners here with them, and they have been treating the roads. And they treated them well before the last event, and they've been continuing to do so this week.
Now, though the roads have been treated all week long, ice isn't that big of a concern for this time around, but you are encouraged to still please stay off the road and stay safe in your home. For now, reporting live in Winsboro, Ty Wong, News 19 WLTX.
Hey, Ty, thank you so very much. Stay warm and dry out there. Our team coverage continuing in Blythewood now. Eleanor Tabone telling us how people there are preparing for the wintry mix.
It's business as usual here in Blythewood as residents go about their normal Friday night routine. Residents aren't panicking, many going about their daily lives ahead of the weekend. The shoppers I spoke to seem to be more excited than worried about the possibility of snow. Here's what one shopper told me.
Because I haven't seen snow here in a long time. And I've been here 20 years now, and I think I may have seen snow twice.
We will continue to keep you updated here in Blythewood as the night continues. For rolling updates, you can head to the WLTX website. In Blythewood, Eleanor Tabone, News 19 WLTX.
Eleanor, thank you so much. As this frozen precipitation spreads across the Midlands, the South Carolina National Guard is responding to what's going on. The activation comes after the governor declared a state of emergency ahead of the weather. The Guard will use personnel and equipment throughout the state to keep major roadways clear and allow first responders to respond to calls for help. To keep up with the latest on what's happening weather-wise, be sure to download the WLTX app. You can watch live coverage and see your updated forecast. You can also connect with one of our News 19 meteorologists. Be sure to check their social media pages for any updates. And we'd love to see your pictures and videos of what's going on in your neighborhood weather-wise. If it's safe to do so, just take the picture or the video. Feel free to text us those photos at 803-776-9508. Be sure to put your name and where you're from, or you can go ahead and join our WLTX Weather Watchers Facebook page and share them tonight and tomorrow. We may use one of your posts in our broadcast. DHEC now giving away 140,000 at-home COVID tests across the state. Starting Monday, you can pick up an at-home test at various public health departments. Each person will get one test kit containing 2 tests each. The health agency has ordered more than 2 million tests and hopes to receive the rest very soon. And remember, the White House is offering 4 free at-home tests for anyone in the country. They're also offering assistance for those who need help ordering those test kits online, for those who have trouble placing an order, or for those who have difficulty accessing the internet. You can call the number on your screen. That top number is for calling 1-800-232-0233. Or you can text that second number, 1-888-720-7489. Now an update on a story we've been following for several months. A state grand jury has indicted former attorney Alec Murdaugh on 23 additional charges. He is charged now with 19 counts of breach of trust with fraudulent intent and 4 counts of computer crimes. This brings his total number of charges to 71, alleging a total fraud of almost $8.5 million. He is currently being held at the Richland County Jail. Tonight, the West Columbia Police Department is asking for your help to find a missing teenager. She's 17-year-old Jessica Rodriguez. She was last seen at her home on Wednesday. Take a good look here. If you have any information on her whereabouts tonight, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. If you received a letter from the IRS about child tax credit payments saying you owe money, it probably isn't a scam. We're on your side tonight explaining why you might be stuck paying some of those payments back. Eligibility for child tax payments came from 2020 or 2019 tax returns. For some families, the information could be outdated if your income went up last year. The law allowing the monthly payment says any excess amounts must be paid back when you file your 2021 tax return if your income is above a certain amount. There are some exceptions for middle and lower income families, but they're limited. And of course, if you don't believe the information in the letter to be correct, it will outline clear steps you need to take if you would like to dispute it. Gray Collegiate Academy is making major additions to its campus in West Columbia. The school held a groundbreaking ceremony today. The new additions include a 30,000 square foot gym as well as a new football field. The school is also building a new academic wing, including classrooms.
What I'm so proud of is our coaches and our student athletes. We never make excuses about not having facilities. They work extremely hard. We were able to still come out and be very successful, from region championships to state championships. But again, to finally have a true home where these kids can come and say, this is our home field, bringing our whole community together where we're not playing all at different areas now, that we'll have that true home feeling and just bring our school together is what I'm excited about.
Gray Collegiate Academy is a public charter school and is tuition free. All right, still ahead now, our chief meteorologist, Efren Fonte, along with meteorologist Corey Smith, have the very latest on the frozen precipitation that's happening all across the Midlands. That full forecast in just a moment. Well, you may be having some frozen precipitation where you are. We're going to bring in our chief meteorologist, Efren Fonte, and meteorologist Corey Smith. You guys have been tracking this. You've got the very latest for us tonight.
It's for us later on tonight.
Yeah, Efren, and it looks like we have a while to go.
Well, despite the weather, there are still plenty of activities scheduled to take place this weekend. Here now are just a few. A last look at high definition Doppler right now, and we have some freezing rain, some sleet. We are expecting some snow, some accumulation possible in some areas of the Midlands later tonight. Our team of meteorologists on top of this for you right now. They will have an update for you when you join us for News 19 at 7. The CBS Evening News is next.
Thank you for watching News 19. Did you see a story you loved? Download WLTX on your Roku or Amazon Fire device and watch it again right now.